Hey guys, welcome back to another fantastic episode of MBTI. Today we're going into the series of how to improve your dating for men. We're going to be talking about the dating mindset of what's involved with dating, approaches that you should have that are necessary to get results and to have just a better experience all around for the girl and for you. So without further ado, let's get into some topics. So the first topic that I wanted to emphasize, actually the first thing I do want to emphasize in this video is that most of these series are going to be geared towards men who have masculine energy. If you don't know what that means, please Google it or look at one of the future videos that I will be making. So just stay tuned. I'll do a video on masculine and feminine energy, but for the most part, these videos are going to be geared towards masculine energy men and how to utilize this masculine energy for your approach, for your mindset, for your actions, and for your success. So without further ado, again, I want to get into the topic of control. And a lot of people, I feel like, put a negative connotation to control. It is a positive thing. It can be utilized as a positive thing. And what do I mean by this? Control being a guy and dating. There's certain things that you need to be able to control, like scheduling the date, what to do on a date, being in control. I always use the metaphor, as a guy, you're pretty much the ship and the woman is pretty much maintaining the ship. Whether you're dating or in a relationship with somebody, you're the one driving the boat and, you're really in control of where you guys go. If you don't believe this is so, you can ask any woman who has feminine energy. You can ask her that you've dated before. You can ask girls that you know now. Ask them about this topic and get that validation to really kind of see for yourself. You can ask them simply something like, hey, like when we're dating or, because we're together, do you feel that, I'm kind of guiding us in a way? And she will say, mostly, yeah. If she doesn't, and and this is actually a great question to see what kind of energy that she's exerting. If she has feminine energy, right, and you ask her, hey, do you see me as guiding the ship? What do you believe? What do you think on that? If she says, yeah, I pretty much think that, you're leading us in a good direction, and I'm really whatever, XYZ maintaining the ship, whatever that would translate to in a common conversation. If she says something like, I think that we're both leading this ship, that's a red flag. It cannot be a red flag. It could just mean that you both are very balanced. It could mean that you have a masculine energy and that she's more balanced between the two. But more often than not, 85% of the time, roughly, the majority of the time, the woman that you're going to be attracting, if you're a masculine guy, it's going to be a feminine energy girl, somebody who has feminine energy. And this is so because you need polarity to have like a tension, to have that chemistry with somebody that's going to give you that sexual response that you want. It's just for the longevity of the relationship and the connection that you have. So if it's going to be a red flag if the girl says like, oh, I see both of us leading the ship. She's not responsive to your masculine energy in a positive way. This is going to be for another video, but let's just keep that in the back of your mind. So if you need feedback, control is a good thing in the moments that it is needed. In dating, in a relationship, it shows that you're able to take control. It shows that you're able to be decisive and make good decision-making skills, right? Being in control means being focused on, what feels right to you and making decisions according to what you feel internally is right, not based off of the decisions of other people. So that's very important. Control is natural to men with masculine energy. We just assume control. And something behavioral that you might be able to pick up on is somebody who's masculine, regardless if you're like an alpha male, quote unquote, or not, you're going to have better posture. You're going to be more open. Whereas somebody who's not is going to be more guarded all the time, and they're going to be more closed up. So a guy, you can always tell whether you're with a group of males or not, or you're just with your boyfriend or girlfriend, or yourself, you notice it for yourself. The behavior is more open. You're more relaxed. You're more in your environment. You feel more in control. So that's something. It's more behavioral. It's more natural to feel in control of your situations. If it's not, I would dive deep a little bit into that and kind of get into why you don't feel like you're in control, or why you don't feel like you are allowed to be in control of your environment. This is something that you definitely want to reflect on. If you associate control with a negative thing, sure, there's negative ways to be controlling, but in the way that I'm using it in this context, it's really for the main reasons of control in a very masculine way. It's expected, it's natural, and it's value driven. People give value to others who exude control in a very energetic way. Whether it's in a group, whether it's in a leadership role, whether it's in a course of action, whether it's like you're leading this you're leading this date throughout the city that you're in, or on a date, and you're just within your experiences, and you're like, oh, let's go over here, oh, let's go to the bar, or let's do this, or let's do that. It's important to maintain that integrity of being in control. Making sure that the girl that you're with is feeling safe and secure. You don't want to be controlling. You don't want to come off that to not be flexible with your control is a problem for you. You want to be able to be flexible at the same time as being in control of yourself and the experiences that you have with this girl or whoever you're dating. At the end of it all, control really is interpreted also as confidence, right? You're confident with yourself, you're confident with your own energy. And these are all really subtle things about control. I'm emphasizing all these things because as far as mindset, you have to understand that control is a really big part of dating women and furthering your ventures with them, whether it's a potential relationship or other, which is not the purpose of this video. In the video series, it's to really get into a meaningful relationship further down the road and understanding your part in control within yourself and with others. Now, control can mean other things. It can mean patience, control with patience, and being patient with somebody, especially if you're just first meeting somebody. It's so essential that you're patient and you're controlling with your emotions, your logic, not just getting out into like a debate or an argument. Have patience for where the person is coming from, because at the end of the day, the whole reason why you're dating is to get a feel for who this person is and if it's something that you want to commit to later down the road. So you have the expectation of control, the natural feel and power of control. You have the value of control, the confidence of control, and you have the effect, which is making this woman feel, making the women around you feel safe and secure and turned on, that you have the switch to be in control. You have that masculine part of you. So dive into these a little bit, and maybe I'll get into a little bit later on different videos about these. But let's move on. So that's control. If you have any questions about control, definitely leave a comment down below. All right, so now we have desire positive intentions. So another mindset that you definitely want to integrate into your dating life, dating lifestyle, or your relationship is understand what you're looking for in somebody. Understand what you're looking for generally with dating. You want to be able to set positive intentions. Positive intentions manifest positive results. For the most part, if you're looking for something positive, you're more likely to find it because you're more or less filtering out people who don't exemplify the features that you're looking for, exemplifying these intentions. It's easier to sift through the people and the women that you're dating because you're looking for something specific. Let's just say, as an example, you're looking for somebody who's really funny. Now, you're going to be sifting through a lot of women, as you're dating in your dating life. You can easily sort out, if you're looking for somebody who's funny, people who are not funny to you and people who are. Now, this is a very basic level example of what desire positive intentions is. You're looking for somebody who's going to have a funny experience for you, and your intention is to find somebody who's funny in this example, and it's easier to navigate accordingly. So what does this look like as far as dating in the moment? it's gonna show the other person, as you're with this person, you want to ask qualifying questions. You want to emphasize that this is something that's important to you, and from there on you'll navigate accordingly if you want to see this person again or not. And it builds value. If you're looking for something in somebody, it's okay to have standards, but at the same time, the idea that you're looking for pre-qualified areas of somebody or things that you need, right? Whether it's loyalty, security, trust, somebody who has a sense of humor, somebody's a romantic. These are all things, these are qualifiers. These are things that build value on you and your intentions in dating, because you're looking for something. You're on a search and you're qualifying these women that you're dating to see if this is something, see if these are women that you actually want to be with and that they have these things. And bringing this out into communication and putting it out there really puts a standard on what you're looking for. It sets the bar for yourself. It's different from being unrealistic because these are just guidelines to follow by, and they're a tool you use to maintain some kind of value you have with dating. So with that mindset of going back to desired positive intentions, if you're desiring certain things within a situation with dating, it's going to set you up for success. So moving on to the next topic, we have do not put women on a pedestal. This is a totally different video all on its own, but I'm briefly going to go over it here. Do not put women on a pedestal. This mindset is favored both by women and men. It's a universal thing. Women don't want you to put them on a pedestal. I don't want you to put women on a pedestal. There's no reason why you should be giving somebody else more value than yourself. You should be technically the most valued person in your life, no matter who it is in your life, whether it's somebody who's a celebrity or not. You got to maintain self-love and value when you're navigating yourself through dating, because it's so important that you always come from a place of value, in the sense that you have integrity with your value. You're not movable. If push comes to shove, you're going to respect yourself more in a situation when push comes to shove with somebody else. So I'll give you an example. Maybe let's just say a girl stops messaging you after a while, or she stops calling you and she becomes disinterested. What a lot of guys will do is that will create a lot of fixation, a lot of reverse psychology. This woman is becoming more and more unavailable, and now I have to overly compensate to be in her life more, right? What this is really doing is shifting the value from you to her, because at the end of the day, you're seeking something from her, right? The value is no longer in place of you, but in her, because now she is the object of fixation, right? So what would you do in this situation? Maintain your own respect. Realize that, hey, this is somebody that doesn't really want me in their life as much anymore. Maybe they're just busy. And, base those assumptions and then act accordingly, and then just follow up with this person. At this point, you really shouldn't only have one person of interest. That's just, something doomed for failure for you. I don't want you to get to a position where, in the dating life and you're actively seeking somebody, you're down to like one last person that you're interested in. I'm not saying that you should have like a whole roster of women. That's for another conversation. But you should definitely be interested in one or two or three people at a time, just to give yourself that kind of energy, like that. Hey, I'm actively dating, and I have some confidence that I'm actually out there, and I'm seeing somebody. There's a difference between putting somebody on a pedestal because she's the only girl in your life, versus having a couple of women that you're actively interested in and seeing where it's going. So don't put women on a pedestal. They don't like it, you don't like it. At the end of the day, it's only going to hurt you. All right, so the next topic we're going to have is something that's a little, I guess, controversial, but there's this mindset that you want to be able to be the interviewer of the dating world. And I kind of touched up on this on the intentions topic, but you want to interview these women because at the end of the day, you're looking for something from them. You're either looking to be in a relationship and find somebody special, finding somebody to love. You definitely want to interview these people and have like an interviewing vibe, because this is giving you value over them, and you are the person in the not only in control, but you're demanding a certain standard of the two, and now she has to abide by your rules and standards, right? Now this is kind of like a power play kind of thing, but at the end of the day, this goes a long way, because if you're actively in control of these situations, then you'll be able to navigate and assess accordingly based off of what you're looking for. Now, yes, this gives you an unfair advantage looking at it in this way, but it also speeds up the process to what you're looking for, short term and long term, and getting to these goals or checkpoints that you'd have later on in the relationship or dating process. If you're qualifying somebody, you're interviewing this person on dates, and you're coming from the place like, hey, I think you're important. And by the way, interviewing, it doesn't just put the power in yourself, but it gives them their own credibility and their own value. Because if you're interviewing somebody correctly on a date or throughout the dating process, yeah, sure, you're the one in control. You have this power of the interviewer, but now this person also has the value of being chosen. Like you're genuinely interested, and the interviewing thing should come off as authentic above everything else. You can't just interview with the idea of short term, because it's going to come off very rigid and very unnatural. But what I definitely want to emphasize is when you're interviewing all the women that you're interested in the moments that you are, it should come off genuine. You should be placing a sense of value as well as for yourself in these situations, more for you than for them, because you want to exemplify that you are somebody who is desirable, and that you qualifying them shows that you have some value to give as well. It's just not staying in that moment because it's focused on them. So I would definitely use this interviewing perspective to your advantage. There's a reason why you're dating, and if you're a masculine guy, it would be easy to integrate into your mindset as far as when you're going out into the dating world. You definitely want to not waste your time, and you do not want to waste these women, all the girls that you're coming across. You don't want to waste their time either. So it's a win-win-win in that situation. So what else do we have? We have she should be reaching out. All right. So when you're out on a date, the idea is that you both have times when you need to reach out and to show that you're genuinely interested. When you're out on a date, it's kind of a given that you want to come off that you're genuinely interested in these women, these girls that you're seeing. So one thing that I always try to have guys emphasize in their mindset and bringing it out into the real world on these dates is always ask questions. Questions always elicit the idea that somebody's interested in you, right? If I'm sitting down with you right now, and I'm just asking a whole ton of questions about who you are, what you're about, what makes you a great person, and just commenting and just going back and forth. It gives you a sense of value, and it gives you the sense that hey, Daniel is really interested in me. He's just asking me a ton of really cool things about me. He's trying to get to know me. And it's the same with women. You definitely want to ask them questions about them, get an idea of, what they're about. And that gives them the idea that, hey, this guy really is seeing value in me, and he's just getting more and more interested, and I really like this. He's just, it should be 85-15, I believe. It should be 85% of the time women being in talking mode, and you active listening. This is really important in the beginning, because this is going to show that, hey, you're very authentic and genuine with your intentions. You're genuinely trying to get to know the girl that you're talking to, and that you're really focused on the long term. You're really trying to get to know this girl's qualities and seeing if they're a match to what you're looking for. So you definitely want to ask questions and have them reach out to you. Don't be as available. Don't put women on a pedestal and communicate to them 24/7. You definitely want to have this mode of tension and some mode of space, so the girl can always kind of like rethink. The best thing you can do is reach out less and have a girl constantly think about you, and then it just explode, and then she just communicates to you or calls you because she was thinking about you. Whereas if you have an active conversation 24/7, there's no tension being formulated. There's no polarity being created between you two. There's just like a friendly exposure, especially in the beginning within dating, to a minimum, unless you guys really become something, and then it means something to actually reach out, which I'll get into in another video. But you definitely want to reach out less and ask questions and get to know the person more in the real experiences of actually seeing them and dating them, whether it be over the phone or seeing them. Limit your exposure to text messaging. All these things only create value. And like I said before, this is actually a little bit different from desired positive intentions. Know your intentions and know what you want. This goes hand in hand from what I was actually saying before. If you know what you want, it's very attractive to women, because women know what they want. If you go online, they know exactly what they want. You go into a girl's online profile, I'm looking for a guy who's funny, who's traditional, who likes country music, who X, Y, and Z, who likes to be outside, who's into spirituality, whatever the case may be. Women know at this point, especially in this day and age, they know what they want because they've dated enough. It's time for you to step up to that plate and get a good feel of what you're looking for, and qualify women in a different way, and exemplify this. This is a power that you can use too, not just women. It's okay to raise the bar as well, and to be, to have high value when it comes to dating, and having and knowing what you want, and exemplifying that only builds more value to you. Now, I also want to switch to another topic, giving her a taste. What did I write here? Emotions, your life, your time. Right, so in the beginning of dating, you want to be able to slowly show her a sneak peek, a commercial view of what being with you is like. Now, of course, going on dates and having fun and getting to know the person, really connecting, these are all really important things. But in the beginning, you have to remember that girls are actively dating just as much as you are. And whether it's a girl who says she's dating only one guy at a time, or a girl that says she's dating multiple guys at a time, or maybe she won't even tell you if she's that kind of person or not, to date more than one guy or not at a time. It's very competitive in the beginning because she's not tied or connected to you yet. You haven't really formulated that 100% intimacy, and I'm going to get into that process in another video. How to lock down a woman from dating other men. It's a really good topic. That's actually, I'm getting so excited about it. But it's a good topic. But in this area, giving her a taste is so crucial, because you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. You definitely want to exemplify that, hey, this is me. I'm giving you a little bit of who I am and what a taste is in the life of me. And if you're willing to sign up for this, here are some little things I can give away for free. I can give you my emotions. I can give you a little bit about what my life looks like. I'll give you some of my time, and I'll give you some of my joy and my passion. But at the end of the day, I'm only giving you 20%, 25% of what you really are going to be getting when you really sign up for me. You really need to exemplify this behavior, because if you give a girl too much too soon, she's not working for anything anymore. She's just gotten it all. She's gotten your full commitment, and then that's it. Commitment is earned. All this stuff is earned. Your time, your energy, your loyalty, your trust, your attention is earned. Your emotional investment, your financial investment, all this stuff is earned over time, and it should be slowly given to the point where it's 100% connected, and at that point you're in a relationship. So never give all of your stuff at once. If you're a giver, maintain that integrity, hold back 75%, 80%, and just let it trickle down. Let the girl be interested in knowing, what's beyond this mysterious guy, what's beyond this emotional guy, this helping guy. I know he's a helper, but he's not giving that to me, and I know he's giving that to me now, but it's not full force. Let the girl like think about what you're holding back. If she knows that you're holding back and she says, hey, you're holding a lot back, this is a good time to say, in building the value, yeah, like I just met you and, it's going great, but, there's a lot to me that you've yet to explore, and there's a lot that, I'm going to be giving to you, if this goes further in the future, but right now I just want to have fun. I want to see where things go, and don't worry about what I have to offer, because you know what? If you stick with me, there's going to be a lot down the road that you're going to be happy about. Trust me. And give off that vibe. There's nothing better for a woman to see than, that this guy has a ton of potential. It's a guy that she's looking to hire, you know what I mean, and sign on to. And when she sees all the benefits already, and she sees all these features about you that she likes, and everything's checking off in her mind or whatever, you're making her feel 100%, she's gonna want all these things. But it's that point to say to yourself, I'm gonna stay reserved. I'm gonna give her what I can. I'm gonna allocate 25% or whatever you give her, and then from there let it slowly build into the process over time to that relationship. All right, so that's all I have for this video. I hope the dating mindset, these dating mindsets definitely helped you out. Please subscribe to our channel, MBTV, and check out our website. You can always sign up and see what the website's going on. We have an online chat area, and you can always drop down comments down below if you have any questions about what I mentioned today. And of course, I'm a relationship and life coach. If you have any inquiries in regards to working with me, please reach out to me on our website, mbtvcoach.com. This has been Daniel, and thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time in the dating series, and good luck with the dating, and I hope only success for you guys. Take care.
Is not something that floats around and makes decisions for you. Neither is any of the other functions. They don't operate in their own capacity. You don't switch modes. I find it kind of frustrating in a way. When I'm watching videos about any function, people are like, oh, I switch into this mode, or I switch into this mode, and that's not really how it works. Type dynamics is interchangeability of functions that are all being used at one time. So it's not like you switch into a mode. It's like you make a decision, and you can make a decision in